Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm not a clever person. So John got home at about 11:30 last night. And we chatted for a bit and then went to bed. And then I stayed up till like 25 past, 1:30, looking at cute Reuben outfits online. And then Reuben got up at 5:15. Like, last couple of weeks, Reuben's been getting up between 6:30 and 7:30. Oh! Oh! Hi, Chicka Bum. Chicka Bum Bum. Yeah, today, 5:15. There shall be a lot of coffee in my life today. Thinking about going to the library today. They do a baby thing or a toddler thing on a Friday morning. We've never been, because I always kind of thought that and a library doesn't mix. But my friend Scarlett, who we went for lunch with, one of the mums we went to lunch with yesterday, said they're really cool with babies. You know, this group is made for toddlers and noise and stuff, so it's not a problem. So I'm thinking we're going to do that today. But it's like at 11 o'clock, and I'm not 100% sure when Reuben will be sleeping today because he woke up silly early and it's a bit rainy. So I'm not sure. Not sure. But I need a coffee and Reuben needs some breakfast. Okay, so what should have been a very easy morning, because we got up so early, thanks Reuben, turned stressful. So plan, Reuben had his breakfast. There was fruit, Cheerios, yogurt, left him to feed himself. He feeds himself yogurt all the time. The plan was to go and get dressed in peace because it's quicker that way, and then ring a taxi to take us to library club, whatever it's called. However, work rang me. I don't work Fridays, and even if I did, I'm on 2 weeks annual leave right now. But work ring, I answer, my own fault, shouldn't have picked up that call. 2 colleagues on a conference call, they asking for my opinion on what a clause in a contract means. Now, okay, this is my field of expertise, I write the difficult contracts. So I'm like, okay, that clause means blah, 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 blah. And then one was like, can you expand on that? I'm like, okay, blah, 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 blah. And clearly one of my colleagues was happy with that explanation and one colleague wasn't. So, and the one that wasn't tried to then, not argue with me, but tried to like, oh, are you sure? Now, I don't want to be a bitch, but I can be one. Was born in the year of the dog. This colleague is like 20 years older than me, so trying to be a bit more respectful, but I get paid more than you. Shouldn't say that on here, but do you know what I mean? And like when people are talking about their qualifications and life experience and, you know, what their history, like work history is or their education history is, he's one of these that goes, I probably school of hard knocks. I'm like, okay, you know, you grew up different to me, but then don't ask me a question about a contract and then disagree with me. So I'm like, okay, look, if you don't like it, ring a director, which they probably should have done, but they didn't want to seem stupid because they don't want to seem, A, like they can't resolve something themselves, and B, that they don't know the answer. Get off the phone, turn around, Reuben is covered in yogurt, as is half my house, which meant Reuben had to have a bath this morning, which we didn't plan for. I then, after we get him out of the bath and get him dry and get him all lotioned, I then ring the taxi company I use all the time, and whatever time, night or day, you ring them, they're always like, yeah, 5 minutes. And they're like, oh, I haven't got anything for 2 hours. I'm like, ah. So they're ringing around different companies. And now we are dressed. We're going to be a smidge late, but the taxi company, this was the one that could get here the closest. Reuben is tired. I actually think Reuben's fallen asleep and we need to leave the house in 5 minutes. And I'm not taking the buggy. Fabulous. Ugh. Fun. Sorry. the destruction begins. Yeah, been home about 10 minutes, just changed Ruben, put him in, took his jeans off, put some joggy bottoms on. Hair. Ugh. Yeah. Don't think we'll be going to the library group again. Not our vibe. Just very like we got there and it was, you know, the people were very nice, mostly. Some of them were a bit judgy. People were nice, like the people that worked there were nice. And I was like, oh, do I need to show my library card to do this? And they were like, no. Oh, is there a pot for donations? And then, oh no, we're council funded. It's already, you already pay for it out of your council tax or something, or your taxes. And like, ha ha ha. And then like a mum was walking behind me. Yeah, this government doesn't give you anything for free, which they don't. I didn't vote for them, but you know, it's not the people. The people at the library are probably very aware about government cuts. And it was like, okay. And there was like a little area with a couple of toys, and there was a colouring in area. And Ruben ran up to the toys and then was told he wasn't allowed to touch the toys. He was like, okay, but he can touch the colouring in. So we went into the colouring in. And yeah, it was like an hour-long session. The first 40 minutes was sitting in a circle with the children on mummy's laps, very gentle singing. Not what Ruben's about. And to be fair, there were children older than Ruben doing it. So, like, I'm either doing something wrong or they are medicated kids, because I don't know how you get a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old, well, maybe 4-year-old, they're old enough to be bribed, but like, these kids just sitting and being gently sung to for 40 minutes. And I'm like, Ruben was up and down and going back and forth to the colouring in station, which didn't seem to bother anyone. Luckily, I went with my friend Scarlett, and her little girl is equal energy levels to Ruben, so they both ran amok. So we were both the bad mums of the group. And then the last 15 minutes, they got these like balls and tubes out, and that was great fun, and Ruben loved it. If the whole hour had been that, I would be giving them my money, because I'm like, that would tire him out. But just like the last 15 minutes. Yeah. And then like, obviously I'm a confident person. We all know this. I have no issues with walking into a room full of people I don't know. Scarlett, who I went with, is not quite. She's one of those people that apologises for breathing. Do you know what I mean? She's adorable. She's so kind and lovely. But she's like, you could stand on her foot and she would apologise to you. She's that kind of person. And she just kind of made a comment to one of the mums saying like, oh, you know, this isn't no, something along the lines of, oh, I'm gonna need a coffee after this, because obviously Scarlett's little girl and Ruben, and we kind of took in turns to go and retrieve the kids, because we was all meant to be sat in this circle. And the mum responded along the lines of, caffeine is really bad for you. Like, judge much. So yeah, not our vibe. Then we went for lunch, and Ruben and Millicent were so cute with each other. They're like adorable with one another. They're so sweet. It is just like, makes my heart kind of like, So yeah, we did that. I went into the same shops I went yesterday and bought more stuff, so I will show you that in a minute. I come home and Gilly has emptied the bin on the floor, which I've already picked up, but Gilly emptied the bin on the floor, which was really kind of him. Even though they'd had their breakfast before we left, and I left them with a treat. Obviously, luckily in the bin was like a yogurt wrapper and the bits of apple and banana that Ruben didn't eat this morning. There wasn't a whole lot in there. Gilly likes apple, so I shouldn't, it's my fault. But yeah, the banana was left on the floor, but the apple had disappeared. Joyful. Right, I'm rambling. I need coffee. Okay, so things I bought today. I literally went to the shops I went to yesterday, but hey. From Iceland's, I went in for coffee. We normally get these pods from Amazon. They come at the end of every month. March has never turned up. Apparently there is supply issues with Amazon. Then I was meant to order them to come with Sainsbury's shop, and I forgot. And John was going to go get them from Sainsbury's last night after his going out with the lads for dinner. And then it was too late, so he didn't go. He didn't get home until gone 11, so he didn't go to Sainsbury's on the way home. So as I was in town, I picked these ones up for Iceland's. I think they're actually cheaper in Iceland's than they are in Sainsbury's. So yeah, I got 2 boxes of those. And then I also picked up a pack of biscuits and more hippos, because Ruben loves them. And then in the card shop, I need to stop buying Easter stuff. We have enough now. I got this little Easter book with colouring and stickers. To be fair, it'd be the stickers that get more use with Ruben. And I got this little cute rabbit sign thing that I'm going to put up in his window in his bedroom. And then from Wilko's, I got blue tack and some new pads for my Dishmatic, which were things I was supposed to buy yesterday and forgot. I also picked up this one. If you do like the fragrance oil thing, this one's £1 and you might screw your nose up at it, but it's actually nice, like, because it's really simple packaging. They don't make a big deal of it, but I like it, so I recommend for £1. And then, yeah, now I only bought this one yesterday that's not been open, but they have started their half-term, half-price pick-a-mix today. So this giant tub that I bought today was the same price as this little tub that I bought yesterday. So I thought, well, I might as well get one. You know, it's all Reuben chocolates. It'll probably take him forever. Well, no, John likes these as well. And to be fair, it's almost Easter. He's allowed chocolate. They'll go in his, put some in his eggs, the fillable eggs for the Easter hunt. But yeah, that's what I bought while out today. It's a lot later. That's the state of my house. It's like just gone 5. No nap has happened. So we had the whole 12 minutes this morning between Reuben falling asleep while I was getting ready to leave and me having to get him up. Well, I didn't purposely wake him up, but he's a good sleeper. But I don't think anyone would sleep through having their raincoat, reins and woolly hat put on. So yeah, we had like 12 minutes. We had a very cuddly 40 minutes where we kind of cuddled, and he had this bear that speaks in English and Polish, and we kind of laughed at that. But yeah, no actual sleep. And I'm like, I'm tired. I don't sleep when Reuben sleeps, he's, you know, but I do chug coffee and like to unclick my responsible brain for 40 minutes. Well, not all the time. Sometimes you spend that time doing dishes and ironing and adult stuff, but sometimes it's just nice to kind of not try and keep something alive for 40 minutes. Because Reuben's like, it's almost like he's trying to hurt himself some days. He's just like, even when he was at the library, he like climbed up, they left like these swingy chairs next to the computers that the kids were all accessible to the children. So Reuben climbs up on the swingy chair, which some other kid did first. Right, okay. Then Reuben has to outdo the other kid and climbs on the table. And it's like, And then Reuben started dancing, and I'm now like bolting it across the room, but there's like children all over the floor. So I'm like trying to get to the other side of the room without standing on kiddies. And literally, if I was 3 seconds later, Reuben would have been on the floor because he jumped. He saw me coming and he jumped like into my arms. So like, you know, it's tricky trying to keep a person alive that seems hell-bent on trying to hurt themselves. But yeah, sometimes I'm just pooped. But John should be home soon-ish. He normally gets home around 6. Oh, I've split my lip, which always happens when I'm a bit run down. It's the first thing. It's like Horrible. Yeah, John should be home at about 6ish. And then we, you know, feed and start the bed routine. Which might be a little bit earlier today as we've not had a nap, maybe. Not sure. But yeah, I've just put a load of washing on because I've not done one today. And I'm titivating. John's just messaged me he's running late at work, so he might miss the whole of tea time for Ruben. And because he's so tired, I can't do him any later than I normally would. But it's so sad because obviously he misses so much because he works. I'm so lucky that I'm able to work part-time and get to enjoy so much more of Ruben than John gets to, but which means that tea time is a big deal. Like tea time and evening bath is such a big deal for John. And he might miss it tonight because of work. And Ruben's throwing the sink. I'm running the sink and Ruben's throwing toys in there, so I've got to go. And it's tea time, and tonight we have got mashed potato, pork and red onion sausages, ripped Yorkshire puddings, green beans and Bisto gravy. Yeah. And that's bedtime. Basically we had tea. We've watched, is it called Storage Wars? Storage Hunters UK. I'm now going to tidy the kitchen and go to bed. The plan for tomorrow morning was to go, there's like this thing on at a park near John's shop, near John's post office, that looked really good online, but it's been pouring down for like the last 2 hours, so I don't fancy that much. It's because it's all done on like grass, none of it's inside, and apparently the weather forecast is going to rain tomorrow morning as well, so Ruben and mud isn't my version of fun, so I need to find a new thing to do tomorrow, probably colouring in and stickers. But yeah, tidy up and go to bed.